Disney has announced new attractions and new experiences at D23 this past weekend. We had our predictions. Let's see how well we did on this episode of Parkgoers Go. Hey Parkgoers, and welcome to Parkgoers Go, your go-to podcast for all your theme park needs. Today we're talking about the Horizons panel from this past weekend's D23, the Ultimate Fan Experience Expo.
Yes! And what is the Horizon panel entitle?
Entitle? You mean entail?
I mean entail. What does the entitled showcase entail?
Horizons was the theme for this year's Disney Experiences panel, and it showcased all different types of experiences that you can have related to Disney. So things about the parks, gaming, cruises, literally anything besides animation. And this year was a big year. We had a lot of really exciting announcements, a ton of expansions, and we're going to talk about it. But first, I'm your host, Nate.
I'm Logan.
And I'm Dustin.
So this year's panel basically touched on, I think, almost every single park in the world that they have, except Tokyo Disney Sea. I don't think they talked about Disney Sea at all. So we're going to get into the really exciting stuff, I guess, at the end. But first, I wanted to touch on some of the international parks first, I think, and then we can kind of go into the domestic ones.
Get those out of the way.
That sounds great.
The international ones had a few exciting announcements. Some of them I'm actually really jealous of. So for the Asian parks, both Shanghai Disneyland and Hong Kong Disneyland are both getting a Spider-Man attraction, which is really cool because Spider-Man is one of my favorites. But Hong Kong Disneyland is getting a Spider-Man, I don't actually know what it is, but they just describe it as an all-new attraction coming to Hong Kong, expanding the Stark Expo. Tony Stark has invited his friend and New Stark Industries intern Peter Parker to showcase some new inventions, but unfortunately that also means caught the attention of Spidey's most formidable villains. I don't think they went into too much detail of what the ride is going to be like, but they did show some concept art, and it looks like those Spidey kind of like webbing the ride vehicle from above with Doc Ock underneath. Honestly, it's giving me some Tower of Terror vibes right here.
I was just about to say,
and I think
someone commented Tower of Terror Spider-Man?
I think that would be really cool, and I really hope that that is the case.
People have their hands up in the video, in the little drawing that they have.
It looks very vertical to me.
Getting pulled back up and down. Yeah.
They're just so excited. No, it looks really cool. And then the other ride coming to Shanghai Disneyland is a Spider-Man roller coaster, which looks very cool. They kept saying that this was a high-speed, like high-thrill coaster, so it should be pretty exciting. They said, Rebs at the ready, an all-new Spider-Man thrill attraction is coming to Shanghai Disneyland. Peter Parker has gotten himself and us in a bit of a tight spot. We're going to follow him at very high speeds to get us out of trouble. So not a lot of detail, but I'm really jealous because I love Spider-Man. I wish we can get some of those rides in California.
I guess we just got to go to Shanghai.
Well, I know somebody brought up that they think that it's going to be similar to the Guardians ride, or the Guardians roller coaster, Cosmic Rewind, which I mean would kind of make sense because Disney's really good at copy and pasting.
It's outdoors vehicles, though. It looks like.
I don't know.
I think this fast-paced ride.
You heard wrong.
I don't know. All right.
I don't know. I didn't even say that. That wasn't even me.
I don't know. I felt like I didn't talk, so I was just like, let me throw something.
I'm like, hold on. Let me shut you down real quick.
Yeah, let me say something. All right, continue.
To start again.
Sorry. Anyway, for a lot of these new rides and new lands, they don't go into too much detail, but Disney did start off the conference saying that none of this stuff is blue sky. As in, none of it is going to be just like concepts or ideas. It's all concrete stuff that will happen, unless I guess something goes wrong. But theoretically, everything should happen, and
nothing will go wrong.
Yeah, nothing will go wrong.
So I do like the fact that he said that all these things are in development and not blue sky. I think that's a really cool step forward. But at the same time, we've seen a ton of stuff that has been in development and then just kind of abandoned. So my hopes are high. Let's put it that way. My hopes are high, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of these things kind of fell off. But also, with that being said, I wish they kind of had like a blue sky, just like not announcement, but like every couple of months, just they throw something out there like, hey, would you guys be interested in this? You know what I mean? And we'd be like, yes or no. Because I feel like that's how they treated the last Destination D23, which I like, but not as like the big reveal announcement thing.
Right.
You know? Like,
I was going to
so
say,
often, just send it up.
I think that those things are fun. It's fun to see, what the Imagineers are thinking and, get that feedback because Disney fans will give it. But for D23, I like the direction of going into, no, this is like actually what we're going to do. To round out the international parks, we got a surprise announcement in celebration of the 30th anniversary of The Lion King. They announced a new area called the Pride Lands, which will debut in the Disney Adventure World Park, which is the rename of the Disney Studios Park in Paris. And it's going to have a Lion King ride as well. It's a brand new log flume ride. So I'm thinking like Splash Mountain. And they say that the area will also have character meet and greets, dining, and shopping.
I guess we're going to have to go to Paris.
I know, apparently. I mean, I don't...
We have to go back. This is my hit. We're going to Japan, we're going to Paris, and then Shanghai to Hong Kong.
Oh, wow. We're going to put the Go in Parkgoers Go. I mean, to be honest, I'm with kind of everybody else in the fact of why haven't we had anything Lion King? We had a couple of shows, but...
Yeah, now we're going to get a Splash Mountain Lion King.
Like, if you think of Splash Mountain, it would work pretty well with the story of the Lion King. You know what I mean?
You're basically going down Pride Rock.
Yeah, when you drop,
Like,
it's going to be
the
like...
Mufasa fight. I mean, not Mufasa. The Scar Simba fight, and then you fall off the edge.
I was thinking Mufasa. You're Mufasa falling off at the end.
No, not Mufasa. Yeah, and then it ends, instead of like the big fairy at the end of Splash Mountain, it's just Simba going, Dad,
Baby
wake
Simba
up.
Crying. Everyone gets off and they're wet, not because of the water, but the tears.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
But the new Frozen World that's coming to Disney Adventure World got an opening year of 2026. It's also going to have a nighttime spectacular as well that looks really awesome because they have this huge lake in the center that they're building for that whole expansion.
And they said it's like 360. Like, it's going to look incredible from like anywhere that you're at.
Okay, we're going to head west now. Before we get into Walt Disney World, we're going to skip over to California because Disney World has a ton to talk about. But California had its own show of very, very exciting announcements. The first of which was a Coco ride coming to Disney California Adventure, which is so cool. Yes! I love that. I love that, especially for California Adventure, because I feel like they love Coco over there. I love Coco too.
They have that adorable little section.
Yes.
And it's so cute.
Coco Loco. How did the history of that happen? You know what I mean? Because right next to it, you got Goofy Sky School and then Pixar Pier on the other side. But then you can meet like Panchito and the Caballeros over there. It just became like a little Hispanic, like Latin America.
It's so cute.
Well, I feel like California does a lot of those like cultural like celebrations and stuff throughout the year, which is really nice.
That's a good point.
It says it would take guests on a colorful adventure to the land of the dead. And it is a classic boat ride. It looks like a really classic Disney boat ride attraction. The second announcement, which they made, which we talked about in the last episode, I'm actually surprised that it came to fruition, was the first ever audio animatronic of Walt Disney is coming to the Main Street Opera House for a new show that's going to alternate with Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. And the new show is going to be called Walt Disney: A Magical Life.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep. And that is going to debut in 2025. So pretty soon.
Yes! I didn't know it was going to be an alternate show. I thought it was like going to open it.
No,
so it's going to switch off?
It's going to switch off, which I think is a great idea. It's nice to have, like, I guess, more options in one place.
I don't want it to switch off. They can get rid of Lincoln.
They don't need him.
Well, no, I thought it was going to be a way to, like, start Lincoln. But, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
No, yeah. I think that was the rumor. It was going to start off and then it was going to, like, rotate. Like, maybe have Walt introduce it. But I kind of like the idea, I guess, of having its like own moment and maybe some fresh content.
If you guys remember, if you go back to the predictions, we talked about how this there was no foundation for this. There was no proof. There was just permits. and we were very skeptical about it ever happening. But I don't know if you guys recall, but I said something very specific, which, according to the concept art, might actually come to fruition, where I said, I think what would make it work is if it was like one of those World of Disney clips where he's standing in front of a giant map of like Epcot or something. And according to the concept art, that's what they're going to do. So
basically, you're a wizard.
Well, we were like wrong, but also right.
I'm kind of excited for it. I think it'll be really nice. I think it can be really, really sweet. I don't know. It depends on how realistic they make the robot. If it's like, it's one of the, what's that thing? There's like that threshold where people are comfortable or like robots.
It's the uncanny valley.
Yes, yeah. I feel like there's potential for that here, but it would be really cool to see.
And it's nice to see not just like new IP, but like literally going back to the roots and going back to like Walt's vision and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. I mean,
I did see someone else say about, or like comments like, oh, more IP or something. I am so hyped with all this IP that they are bringing.
So much IP.
Every single thing. It was like banger after banger after banger. Please continue, because I'm ready to talk.
I will, because we're going to talk about one of our favorite IPs coming to California Adventure, which is Avatar. Avatar: The Way of Water. Well, actually, I guess I shouldn't call it Avatar: The Way of Water. So basically, Pandora is coming to California Adventure, which we've known about. But we got a couple more details. We did.
No, we thought it was going to go into that Disney Forward, which they did not talk about.
Right, they didn't talk about. Well, but we knew that they were probably going to put Avatar in California Adventure. I'll say that.
Did we?
Yeah, because
okay.
they showed a concept art before, I think like a year ago or something.
I guess when he says we, he means me and him.
Yeah, it's probably just me and
not me, we.
Yeah.
Them, we.
But this one's exciting. So this one, they said is going to be inspired by The Way of Water, as well as the third film, which they also announced the title of this weekend, which is Fire and Ash.
Fire and Ash!
Yeah, super excited for that.
Way of Water! The first movie!
But that's coming to California Adventure 2. Again, have no idea where they're going to put it, but they did show some concept art for the ride. It was going to have a boat ride. It kind of goes through these different like water scenes. It has some really cool concept art, which I have no clue how they're going to execute it or what it's going to look like. But
if there is not a huge whale creature breaching the water and then landing back into it to splash us as we go by, I'm still gonna love it. But that would be so cool.
That was in the concept art, so they might.
Well, the theory now is that it's going to be similar to the Shanghai Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's going to be a lot of screens, but a slow-moving boat ride. So that feels like you're going fast.
But something that I originally thought was, I don't know if we talked about it in the predictions, but there was a patent for that Moana boat ride that's supposed to push you into, you're supposed to like basically flow into this dome and with all these projections around, and it's supposed to, I guess, kind of like pivot and move. So you're basically in this like simulator room. My initial thought was that maybe that was actually supposed to be for Avatar, just judging by the concept art, but they kind of go wild with some of the concept art a lot of the time. So it could be completely different, but I thought that would be pretty cool. All right. And then the final announcement, which is a pretty small announcement, which I forgot about. But the smallest announcement that they did was Tiana's Bayou Adventure finally got a release date in Disneyland, and that will be on November 15th, 2024.
Wait, did you finish California Adventure?
Oh, no, I didn't talk about... Oh, you're right. I didn't talk about Avengers Campus. I completely forgot. So now my last announcement. No. In Avengers Campus, we got some additional details for the Multiverse ride, which was announced a few years ago. They showed some more concept art of kind of different scenes that you'll go to. They showed the ride vehicle. They had a little model of D23. If you haven't seen it, it looks very similar to the Spider-Man ride in Universal or the Transformers ride. So we can probably expect a similar ride experience. Probably a lot of screens, hopefully a good amount of sets, but we'll see. But some of the scenes that they were showing were pretty cool. And the ride is going to be called Avengers Infinity Defense. An even more exciting announcement, at least it was exciting for me, is that they announced a fourth ride coming to Avengers Campus, which people were not expecting. And it's going to be called Stock Flight Lab. You're in these ride vehicles. It sits two people next to each other, and it basically goes down a conveyor belt, and at some point an arm attaches to the back of the seat, kind of like the Forbidden Journey ride in Universal. And it basically just like picks you up and like swings you around. I guess because it's like a flight test kind of thing. They also announced that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to reprise his role as for the ride, which is pretty cool because he was just announced coming back to the MCU as Doctor Doom. So he's getting a lot of screen time. And
if you think about it too, this will be the fourth. So now they have 4 rides.
Yeah.
None of these seem like small, just copy and paste rides from like, carnival rides. Two all seem like they're technologically advanced rides. So that's cool.
Yeah. The flight test one also, they said that no two rides will be the same. So there's definitely some sort of uniqueness to every ride. So it's probably going to be like a randomly generated thing. I don't know. I'm excited to get more details on that because that is one of the most unique like ride systems we've seen.
At least at Disney. I think that's it for the East Coast or West Coast. And it's funny because a lot of people did point out, I guess justifiably, because if you look at what the East Coast got, it's a lot more. But I mean, the West Coast, they got some interesting stuff going. They got a whole new land, a land expansion, a boat ride, and then also the first ever Walt Disney animatronic. So, I think they did pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, California Adventure is going to be packed now. For sure.
Right. And they're also getting Disney forward. So my heart's not breaking for them.
Right. And then one last thing. So I guess it's kind of, it's related to Walt Disney World Resort, but it's also related to Disneyland. And it's kind of the only thing we got at Disneyland, really. But it is that Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run at both Hollywood Studios and Disneyland Park is getting a new storyline featuring the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yes!
And that one's pretty cool. They announced it during the Fortnite section of the expo.
Interesting.
And I think they did that because it's supposed to use like Epic's Unreal Engine to do it, which is kind of cool. And that's supposed to kickstart once the Mandalorian and Grogu movie hits theaters in 2026.
Now, here's a question. Do we think we're losing Hondo or do we think we're losing Chewie?
Okay, I am a little confused because I thought that this was going to be like an alternate storyline. Mm-hmm. But it kind of, I feel like it might replace the current one. I'm not sure.
No, I thought it was an alternate.
I don't know.
Like, I can kind of see them reskinning Hondo to be Mando, but I feel like that would be such a waste because Hondo's so good and he hasn't been around for that long.
I hope they don't either. I don't know how it's going to work timeline-wise to have... I don't know the timeline of The Mandalorian versus the events of Smuggler's Run.
Well, also, the Millennium Falcon's nowhere in that universe.
I was thinking that. But, maybe it's a teaser. I don't know.
We shall see.
True.
I'm fine with having like the same structure or like the same ride and mixing up what you see every other time. I like that.
Yeah, I do think it would be beneficial to that ride because I feel like most people see Smuggler's Run as like a one and done. Like, okay, I've done it.
Yep.
And where they were thinking that, people would ride it to try and get a higher score. But I know most people who ride it don't even know that there's a score.
I was just about to say that.
I forgot.
I was like, I didn't even know there was a score. This makes me want to ride it again.
I always want to ride it. I always thought it was really fun. This makes me want to ride it more.
This will make me get on the ride with you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And then staying in Hollywood Studios, we have my favorite announcement.
Our
favorite announcement. Dustin is
I don't know if Dustin's included.
All 3. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely up.
It's not up.
To me, it was the most unexpected, which makes it the most exciting. But also because I love this IP.
And my favorite part.
In your favorite park, Hollywood Studios, we are getting the first ever Monsters Inc. land.
It's gonna be so absolutely incredible. I can't wait to round whatever corner they're gonna put it in and see the
building?
factory.
The factory?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it looks amazing. So the land is supposed to be not just like Monsters Incorporated, but it's supposed to be like, it's not Metropolis, Monstropolis? Monstropolis. And it's obviously going to have the factory. It's going to have what I'm most excited for, a doll vault ride. And it's going to be Disney's first ever suspended coaster. And the way they described it basically is that you know, you're going to kind of like sit there and then you're going to get yanked up and then kind of like swing through this entire building with the doors. And they actually had like a 3D model of the ride track at D23. It looks so much fun and I'm so excited.
I've been thinking, I have dreamt of this ride for so long. And when you get on the like current dark ride and you go into the scene where like it's the doors all over the place, I've always thought, I mean, I'm not, this isn't a unique thought. Everybody wants this to be a ride. It's like, they just have to make it a ride. They have to.
I know in the general public it has been a thought for a while, but I know that there are some Imagineers that have been brought it up in the past, saying that it's something that they aspire to. But what is interesting, though, is that if you look at, it's not that interesting, but if you look at the concept art, you see Boo in her outfit in the land, yet Josh D'Amaro referred to it as going to tour the Laugh Factory. So whether this take place during Monsters Inc. or after Monsters Inc., I think it's still up in the air. But yeah, it looks cool. It looks fun. I love it.
They have in the concept art, there's a guy wearing like a baby's
that.
vest.
Yes.
Oh my god. He's wearing like you know, like those things where you wear like a vest and you put your baby in front of you to
It's
hold
like a front
carrier. But it's
yeah.
like a monster.
Yeah.
I need it. I really hope they do something with that. I hope it's not just the concept art because that's so cute.
I mean, if they do something to the scale of Guardians, then I think it'll definitely work.
I would even accept an Avengers campus.
I think it's gonna be more than
area.
Avengers Camp. Like the entire area. I
hope
it looks cool to like explore Monstropolis because we don't really see it too much in the films, but I feel like they could do a lot of really cute stuff.
Ugh, can you imagine? You know, like the little fruits that one guy throws. Sully
I was gonna
and
say
when they're walking,
the food
is gonna be so cool.
The food is gonna be, I think, really cool, and I think that's where they're gonna get super creative. I know in the concept art there is a girl holding like 2 ice cream cones.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
That has like multiple screws with like googly eyes and stuff like that. Yeah. I really hope they have fun with this.
Little monster faces.
Now the big question is where it's going to go, which I think there are a lot of iconic things in Hollywood Studios that might be on the chopping block in order to make room for this.
Name them.
He will.
He's got one.
I've heard rumors the animation studio, that whole section, or animation courtyard. I've also heard rumors of Star Tours and the Backlot Cafe. So that area and possibly Indy.
Not Star Tours.
And then there's also
Muppets.
No, Muppets not going anywhere.
That is rumored.
It was a rumor, but I don't think that one is like plausible.
There's no other place that Muppets is at though.
And also, we need the Muppets. Those other things that can go first.
Right, or maybe they'll just throw it into the great dumping ground, which is Sunset Boulevard. So who knows?
Right now, the top contender is, I think, Animation Courtyard, but more specifically, the Star Wars Launch Bay. That is, I think, what most people think it's going to go.
Where's Animation Courtyard? Let me see.
Animation
Courtyard. Where Disney Junior is and the Little Mermaid. Now, the problem is that they just announced that they're going to update the Little Mermaid. So unless they push it back some more, which I guess they could. I mean, right behind that is a cast member like restaurant area or eating area. So
I was going to say cast member restaurant.
No, it's just a quick service eating thing. So if they get rid of that, there's no real place for cast members to eat. But
that's okay.
I guess there is room back there, and they'll bump up right next to Rock and Roll.
Yeah, they're probably going to do that. Tell us about the other ones.
So that was Hollywood Studios. Let's move on to Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom got a couple exciting stuff. Nothing that's really, I guess, new per se, but more details. So Dinoland is going to be no more. Paul and Alpha Dino. Tropical Americas. Tropical Americas is coming, and with an opening date of 2027. So this one, they're actually going to start breaking ground this fall, but it's pretty cool. So they showed some of the map. They had a model at D23 of what the land looks like. Their description is you'll cross the bridge from Discovery Island, and then you'll enter, again, the Tropical Americas. You'll encounter Pueblo Esperanza, which will be home to 2 attractions.
Those attractions.
Those attractions. So the first attraction is Indiana Jones.
Okay, cool.
Super exciting. Yeah. Super excited to have it here. But it's basically going to be like Indy's discovering this like Mayan thing, and it's supposed to be all like Mayan themed and like pyramid and like inspired and things like that. Probably going to be the same track system that we see. They didn't talk about it too much, just about the theming, but super excited because that's a fantastic ride.
True.
The other ride, which is super exciting, is the Encanto inspired ride, which takes place at the Family Madrigal's Casita, and the overall
Madrigal.
The overall theme is that the ride takes place after Antonio has just received his gift, and his room is turned into the rainforest, which is one of my favorite part of the film.
I cannot think of a better scene for them to do this for. I mean, they kind of have to.
It makes sense
Animal
too.
Kingdom,
yeah, I
but
was gonna say.
Still, it is so cute.
It looks super
The
cute.
concept art is adorable.
It's really hard to tell what kind of ride it's gonna be. I don't think they said if it's like a boat ride or if it's just like a tracked ride or maybe a trackless ride. Regardless, I'm super excited. I think a lot of people are excited about this one.
I can't wait.
The last announcement for Animal Kingdom is that the Tree of Life's new show, Zootopia Better Zoogetogether, is opening winter of 2025 at the Tree of Life Theater.
I like that.
And, with that, obviously comes the closure of A Bug's Life, which is the end of an incredible era.
I love The Bug's Life, but I do also enjoy that they're taking steps to
keep it fresh,
make these changes and continuously bringing things like for the new generation and everything.
Do we think it's going to be just as scarring as The Bug's Life?
No, I don't at all.
Well, like The Bug's Life came around the time where I feel like Disney was trying to push a lot of stuff when it came to like edginess of the rides, but also kind of missed the mark. Well, it reminds me of the Stitch ride, where it's like it's a cool concept.
The Stitch ride was great. The Alien ride was pushing.
Right. But it's also the idea of, it was a little too scary.
Yeah.
For some kids, but it wasn't scary. Like the Alien ride was scary, but you look at the Stitch ride, and the Stitch ride scared a lot of kids, but it wasn't scary. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things.
And I think it was ahead of its time, honestly.
Agreed.
Because I wonder if they did that now, what kind of reaction? If they did the Alien one now too, like I wonder.
Well, no, if they did the Alien one now, then they do it with the alien from the movie Aliens.
Oh my god, that was so
but now
cool.
Disney owns it.
Well, they did it. They already had the Alien in Hollywood Studios for whatever it was called.
The great movie, right?
Well, that was a license. Yeah, that was a license.
Yeah, but
thing,
still.
so I don't know. But hey, bring that ride back. Put the Xenomorph in it, and then put it in Hollywood Studios. I'd ride it.
Yep. Write that down. Dustin, send an email.
Oh, it's been sent. I send it at least 4 times a year.
That's not enough. 6, once a month.
Okay.
I mean 12. Cut that out. Cut that out.
All right, so that, it's okay. That was everything for Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna jump real quick to Epcot, because Epcot did not get a lot of love this D23. So I think the only announcement that we actually got for Epcot was that a new lounge is opening, and it's going to be next year actually. It's going to be Spaceship Earth themed. Yes! So that's fun. I don't really know much about these lounges, like if they'll. I don't think they're DVC lounges or anything like that. I'm pretty sure they're like for everybody. But they showed
better not be. Yeah. I mean, they better be for everybody. I mean,
yeah, I don't think they usually announce like DVC only stuff at D23. So I think it will probably be for everyone. But pivoting from that and segueing into our final park, but the largest announcement, there is a new lounge also opening in Magic Kingdom in 2025. Ooh. And that is the Pirates of the Caribbean themed lounge. Yeah. Yes! that's going to be located in Adventure World.
Before we get to...
Adventureland. Adventureland.
Wow, you expanded that bad boy quick.
Before we get to it, has there ever been, like, in the past, maybe you guys don't know the answer, for Magic Kingdom, this amount of, like...
Expansions?
Yeah.
No, and that's something they said. But
like, it's so crazy thinking about this, like, these next couple ones, and thinking about, like,
this
I don't know, it's just
level,
so crazy.
they ended it, they said that, like, this level of expansion for Magic Kingdom is, like, the largest they've ever had.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which makes sense when we talk about what we're going to talk about. But real quick, the Pirates Lounge looks amazing, and I'm really excited for it.
Can we talk real quick about how Epcot didn't get a lot of love, but they got so much love last time?
They did.
But none of the stuff was realized.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Well, what stuff? Wait, what stuff? Like, what stuff did they
Well, they were
get
supposed to have that beautiful, like, centerpiece that was supposed to be so vast and so big.
Oh, yeah.
But then they cut down crazy on that. They were supposed to get a ton of new rides, and none of them came in.
Yeah.
They were supposed to get a whole new, like,
What were the
convention
rides?
things, and none of that.
Well, I mean...
Mary Poppins ride,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
among others.
But I will say...
Maybe next time. Next one.
I mean, it did get a lot of love in general the past couple of years with new stuff. So maybe they'll, like, you know what, you can take a break.
They did announce a closure, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Living with the Land.
Oh, get out.
Get out of here.
That's all.
I'm sorry. Wait. No. That's a good point, because there was another announcement for Epcot, which is the test track. They talked about test track, which I completely forgot about.
Yeah.
The reimagined test track will open in 2025. Yes! A lot of stuff in 2025, which is cool. It's going to have new scenes and technology, and it's inspired by World of Motion, and it's supposed to be like this whole, like, people's relationships with the development of transportation and stuff like that. All right, but going back to my segue into Magic Kingdom.
Can't go back to a segue.
Oh, it's ruined now, but just imagine that this is,
What do you mean? We've been in Magic Kingdom. We've been talking about
we just jumped back to Epcot because I forgot.
segue.
Oh, yeah, that was Dustin's fault.
Yeah. Magic Kingdom is also getting a brand new nighttime spectacular. Which people are super excited for.
I love a good nighttime parade.
It's going to be called Disney Starlight, and it is premiering in 2025. I'm super excited for. That's like one of my only, like, memories from when I was a kid, was seeing the electric parade on Main Street. So I'm excited.
Now, was it the Electrical Light Parade, or was it Spectre Magic?
It was the Electric Light Parade, because I have a picture of the
Actually, stay tuned for one of our throwback posts, and maybe you'll see it.
So now we're gonna get into the kind of like we're gonna get into the bigger expansion. Those three big expansions basically coming to Magic Kingdom. I'm gonna start with the one I'm least excited for first, but also kind of excited, which is
Build up.
yeah, good. But that would be the Cars Land that's coming to Frontierland. Yes! They made an emphasis to say it's not Radiator Springs. To I think a lot of people's sadness. It's supposed to be kind of like Western American themed. So like a lot of like mountains.
I'm excited for it. I want them to bring Radiator Springs energy. All the energy that you get when you ride the Radiator Springs ride, when you're in that area. I want to feel it here.
Just judging by the ride vehicles and what they're trying to do, I think we might see a mixture of the test track or Cars or Radiator Springs ride vehicle and possibly hydraulics like the Indy or Dinosaur ride.
That would be so
because
cool.
it looks off-roading.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
definitely off-road.
So,
it looks.
I hope it's something like that.
They did actually after D23 ended, they showed a concept art for like the Cars Land area and where it's gonna go. So it does look like a pretty like dynamic track. It looks like a pretty long ride too, but it's basically gonna go like down, like cross the river. It's gonna go up into the mountains and down back again.
And it's gonna be so pretty. I can't wait. I'm so excited to see what they do with this set.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people were disappointed that it's not gonna be Radio Springs because it's so good. I mean, just judging by the concept art, I think it's gonna be just as exciting. Interesting that they went into that direction of having a land that isn't tied directly to the IP and seeing how well that's executed.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I'm kind of surprised that they decided Cars like to go here in Frontierland. Like it's such a decision.
But that might be why they went with like not something I guess in the movie and trying to like meld the two.
I think I also like it because it is not. I never would have predicted this.
Well, for me, I think the thing that throws me off is that when there was the rumor of Cars Land coming, or some Cars attraction coming to Big Thunder Mountain, I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Big Thunder Mountain takes place in like arid desert, and then Cars also does that too. So I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense. But looking at the concept art, like I like the concept art, but this looks like it belongs in California Adventure, like across from like the log flume, as opposed
Critter
to
Country.
No, I mean,
I mean, maybe Critter Country, but the thing is that I don't like I said, I like the concept, but it just, to me, it's hard for me to make that leap unless what they're trying to do is beyond Big Thunder Mountain, more of a woodsy area, and then that's going to expand into that. I can see that.
And then they bring in Brother Bear,
yeah,
and Bambi, and everything I pitched during Critter Country.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool, and I think if they do commit to that mountain idea, I think it's gonna look pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I'm not too torn up about it. It's gonna be cute.
And the location. So the location, they they released a little like overview concept of after the D23 weekend, and they did confirm that it is going to replace Tom Sawyer's Island and essentially the Rivers of America, I think, because it looked like they were going to basically
Cars is?
Yeah.
It's replacing Tom Sawyer Island?
Yeah, they're basically going to, it looks like they're going to fill the Rivers of America, and that's what Cars Land is going to be.
Where do we see that?
Interesting.
They posted it. I'll send you the link. Hold
on. Please do.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am totally fine with that. But I am surprised if they fill that lake.
Yeah. Oh, it's a river, but I agree.
Is it though?
So like the thing is that I'm all for the whole moving forward and all that stuff. I think that's all good, but I mean the riverboat is.
But let me say something
iconic.
that's gonna make it seem like I'm not.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like there are certain things that are just a little iconic where you're just like, oh, like I don't think they're ever gonna touch that, and then they do. So I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. Oh. I think that photo is behind Big Thunder Mountain as opposed to in front.
Let me see.
So, wait, why are you saying that?
Because I want it to be true. No, it's, no, I think
it's in the in the text. It says that it's replacing.
What am I looking at?
Oh, it does in the text. Oh, I was just looking at the picture. All right, Disney Parks blog. Oh, you're right. It says, to make way for this completely new frontier, the rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island will be transformed into vast and rugged terrains for a rally race with some of the world's most iconic racers. Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, watch out, Critter Country.
Watch.
We might have just gotten something that is going to be coming to... Well, no, they wouldn't do that.
Wow, so they're turning Frontierland. They're taking away the whole arid Arizona kind of vibe, and then they're making it now woodsy.
PNW.
Yeah, well, I
kind of dig it.
I mean, I hope that they kind of like do like a overall kind of like Western thing with having, you know, Big Thunder with like Arizona.
I think that honestly, that screams that Disney is kind of done with maintaining that river and maintaining the riverboat. Tom Sawyer Island, I feel like, has, you know, not a lot of maintenance, but then again, it does take up a lot of room for just a big playground. So
yep.
I get it.
Lot of real estate.
Yeah. So the next one, which is my second most excited one, is the... Oh, what is it? I forgot.
Well, while you're thinking about that, I guess I can comment. So a couple episodes ago when we were talking about Forgotten Lands, we did bring up Critter Country. Logan, you brought it up earlier this episode.
Critter Country?
Yeah, Critter Country now has a new name, and it is now called Bayou Country. So,
Bayou Country.
Yep. So it has now shifted over. So I think we kind of predicted that, or somebody brought it up. But yeah, no, now it has... Tiana's has kind of taken over that area. So now Winnie the Pooh is in Bayou Country.
The Tiana
That's
Renaissance
interesting.
is going strong.
I don't think it was necessary to rename that area, but I know that's what it is now. So I guess I'm.
All right, I thought that was a third one, but I guess there's only two.
Yep.
But the last one, which ended the show, ended the panel, which is the most exciting announcement, I think, bar none, is the announcement of besides Monsters Inc., is the announcement of a Villain's Land coming to Magic Kingdom. Do the evil witch cackle.
I don't know how to do that.
But this one is really cool.
There's so much
potential.
There's so much potential here that I can't even fathom what they're actually going to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely gonna lean into like Maleficent, of course, and like the classic villains. In like the little video reel, they showed like Gaston and also and stuff. But I mean, there's no guarantee that all these villains are gonna make an appearance. But I'm really excited for it. I'm thinking, it might have like a little bit more of a mature tone, maybe, because it is like leaning into that edginess and stuff like that. It says this dark and thorny land will be home to two major attractions, dining and shopping.
I can't wait to hear what the dining's going to be. I hope it's an actual like sit-in restaurant and not like a quick service or like a quick service style where you sit in though too. That would be so cool. And I can't wait to see all of the merch that they produce, specifically like born out of the villains. Or I hope Ursula does have a place there, because she is by far my favorite villain.
Nathaniel, what's your favorite villain?
I don't know who my favorite villain is. I mean, I love Ursula too. I guess she might be my favorite.
I think Scar is my favorite.
He's okay.
He is the only Disney villain to be successful in what he was aiming to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying. He achieved its goals. I think this announcement was an incredible misstep.
Well,
they gave us a concept art, which they've already given us concept art before.
Yeah.
And we all know Disney fans, and like us, our minds go crazy about what they could do, what they can't do. And I feel like, I don't know. It's to me, this screams more Blue Sky than anything else, where they're just like, oh, people are excited. Now what are we going to do?
And what's wrong with that?
Oh, we've seen that in the past. Yeah. I'm optimistic about it, but I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a lot of hype to this one. I feel like,
yeah. I mean, that is a good point. That is like, people are probably going to run. I mean, I'm running wild already with like the possibilities and stuff. I am glad, like, I am excited by the fact that they said there's going to be two major attractions, and dining and shopping. So it seems like they're going to really pour a lot into this, and this is going to be hopefully a very big land because there are a lot of villains to take into account.
I want a Crystal Palace version.
Crystal Palace or Be Our Guest?
No, Crystal Palace.
Oh.
That's the food place, right?
Winnie the Pooh and stuff?
No. Yeah.
That's the Crystal Palace.
The buffet, Crystal Palace, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I want a Crystal Palace, but make it villains.
I know. I want like a Be Our Guest, but make it villains.
No. I want a Cinderella's Royal Castle.
No. But I want...
But I will say, this does look really dark. So I don't think we are going to get the fan favorite concept that everybody has for a villain's ride, which is the Yzma and Kronk,
yes,
drop whatever roller coaster. I think that might be a little too light for this land.
I know, but this one does seem a lot of edgy, and I did think of Yzma and that, like, as soon as they announced it, and I was like, oh,
I don't want that.
What? That would be amazing.
I don't want it.
Can they they should bring it to Tropical Americas. Can we just have, like, a Emperor's New Groove?
I can't think of a spot where it's going to fit very well.
You can put it in Tropical Americas.
Yzma, I think Yzma's my favorite villain, to be honest. I love her.
I mean, I'm excited to hear more about it in 2 years, and then the 2 years after that. I don't think this is going to come anytime.
I was going to say, a lot of this stuff, I mean, they did preface, like, the conference saying that, this is, like, the vision for the next, like, decade. So definitely have to manage expectations on timelines and when we're actually going to get all this stuff. But they did come through with a ton. like a way more than what I was expecting. But I mean, it makes sense. They got competition.
Yeah, and I would love to do, I haven't thought about it too much, but I would love to like go through all the announcements they've made and the announcements that Epic Universe has made and see if there's parallels, because they have their Horror Monsters Land. Now we're getting
Universal
Dark
Monsters.
Kingdom.
Yep.
No, I would say I think I feel a little bit more stable with the Cars idea, because it seems like they actually have like step after step after step with that one, as opposed to this one. But I am excited that at least they're putting stuff on paper now.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited because unpopular opinion, Magic Kingdom was probably like one of my least favorite. And I think with like all this stuff, it could easily jump straight up to the top. So
I think it's going to be a lot more balanced between all the parks, like all these things that they're bringing. But also, I still think my Hollywood Studios is at the top.
Hollywood Studios is getting a lot of love.
It's still a little messy, but you're right. It's getting better. So last episode, we talked about some of our predictions and what we thought was going to happen and some of the rumors. So I guess we can go straight down the list. Beyond Big Thunder Mountain, the updates, no Coco, no Encanto.
Yeah.
We lost all that Latin America stuff. But yes, Cars. So the two things based off of the concept they gave us were no-goes. But the one thing that somebody made a theory about based off of what they saw in the background of a video, we're getting. So
But we
that's cool.
still got Coco and Encanto.
We did,
Just
yeah.
in different ways. So technically we got all of it.
Well, also, we didn't even get Cars right in the sense that we thought it was going to be Radiator Springs. We just happened to get Cars in some capacity.
How did we not foresee them completely changing the landscape of Frontierland? I don't know how
Especially when they have a ride there that looks exactly like it. But that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Also, we said we're probably going to hear more about Disney Forward. No Disney Forward news. The Walt animatronic was a complete left field for us. Like I said, we didn't think it was going to be a thing because we thought it was baseless. But what we did think of, if they did it, was pretty much on the nose. Critter Country, now Bayou Country.
Critter Country is no more.
Yeah. In the last episode, we talked about Casita as a dark ride, but then we also said that there's no basis for that. It's just a rumor, a baseless rumor. That ended up being true. I mentioned I would like to see something done with the Animation Courtyard, with the possibly that being the monster location. Then that would be cool. But there were no talks about the Moana ride patent, Journey into Imagination with Figment, People Mover, or Everest. So,
What was the Everest talk supposed to be?
I think just to fix the
I was
Yeti.
just saying at the end what we would like for them to talk about. I said that I'd like them to address that.
I want them to talk about my favorite ride at Animal Kingdom.
Well, no. I mean, given the past D23s, I was kind of expecting them to give us these kind of lame, the Hotbox Ghost is coming to Magic Kingdom and stuff like that. But I guess they didn't. They didn't have time.
That's
for
what
little
happens
stuff.
when you underestimate Mickey.
Yeah.
Well, I did do the Legends panel that had Joe Rohde in it, and the host Don Han said at one point, he's like, "So I have a question that is on everyone's mind," and I'm like, "Is he going to ask about the Yeti?" But he ended up asking about the earring, which he did give a history about the earring, and it was a pretty funny history. But and I might have said this in the last episode, but my guess is whenever they do the construction or finish the construction for Tropical America, then I think they're going to announce that they're going to take it down. If they're going to do it, if they probably won't. But that's it for our predictions and how well we held up.
Not bad.
Oh, also cruise lines. They announced that there are new ships coming. So
I still have not been on any, regrettably, but
Yeah, maybe we'll have another series of Parkgoers Go on a cruise.
we could just go on every single one. And that was everything announced at this year's D23 Horizons Showcase. We're super excited, and we hope that you are too. Check out our videos on the D23 Expo at Parkgoers Go on Instagram, and let us know what you're most excited about. And we'll see you at the parks.